Yeah. Oh, look at there's Annie.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Did you see my video earlier?
Yeah. Okay. So, hi, guys. It's Anne. Kate and I were just talking about events, and we had the recording on pause, but I'm going to add it on because it's a good learning thing. I have this little drawing box that I have like this, and I take it to my events, and I have my drawing slips going here. But as you can see, I have a bunch of tickets. Okay, so these tickets, I have a little thank you that I put together from Vistaprint. And on the ticket, here, let me see if I can grab one. On the back side, so I have a little thank you. It's my little family. And I put these in every single order that I send out. But then here I have like a ticket that's stapled to it. And then a coupon. So then I take this coupon or whatever, this bottom part of the ticket, and after they purchase at an event, then I just put that right in the drawing bucket. And then I share with them that I do drawings on my Facebook page once a month. So if their ticket matches up with the number that I draw, then they win a 6-pack of wax. The thing about it is it's a special, but I don't say anything on my page. I just post a picture of a ticket. And then if they have that number, then they just know to reach me. And all of those details are on my postcard, how they claim their ticket. So I can't advertise, oh, hey, this is my week or monthly special or monthly winning, if this is your ticket, contact me. I can't say any of that. I can just post the ticket. So I've been kind of trying to post it on a warmer or in decor, trying to take it around a little bit, but that's the only bad thing is you can't say anything about it because Tony's like, well, let's sponsor the event or the post and let's, have them tag and someone else. And it's you can't because you really can't say much about it. So
let me ask you this now. You do that with people that buy cash and carry too, right? Or
yep,
no?
Yep. So at my events, I do cash and carry. And then at my parties or anything that leaves my house, if they ever purchase from me, whether it's an order or just cash and carry, they take one of these home with them. So
yeah.
It just gets them to, because they have to go my business page.
Okay.
And then I never get rid of the tickets. So that's why I have so many tickets in there is that it just keeps going and going.
Right.
And going. That there's never any, why throw them out?
Right. I was almost thinking about doing some kind of special where I'm going to do a drawing for, my customers that order that month, give them a half off, use the perpetual party reward.
Yep.
So I was thinking about going about it. Obviously I'm not going to post it on social media.
Yep.
But just something like, hey, Sally, you know what? I drew your name this month, and since you ordered and I drew your name, you get a half off item. Just keep it kind of shoot. This is awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
Yeah, if you could, I'd love to do that. I have some fundraisers coming up, and I have so much wax stock right now that, because usually I'll just use that to get stock for my shows or whatever. But I think I'm going to take and do some of my best customers and give them half prices because it doesn't cost me anything. Right. And then it's just kind of sharing the love and hopefully that they'll just keep coming back. I've had 2 or 3 girls lately that are die hard Scentsy people that have to have $60 worth of wax and every month. So it's well, give them a half price wax 6-pack. That's kind of nice.
Well, and another thing too is they're like, oh man, she must really like me and she's awesome because she's giving me something for half off or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep going back to her.
Right.
That's
right. Exactly.
Honey, please.
Yep. Everyone loves free stuff.
Yeah.
I do. It's just like those sales, like, I wish that somehow that you could do it like Old Navy is so good at it. Like you spend X amount of Z this month, and then in 2 weeks we're gonna get you back because we give you a coupon that you have to spend $100 to get $40 off, and it's like, well, that's not even that great of a deal. Like, so I just spent, it totally hooked me yesterday. Okay, so I got, went in and got some kids' clothes, and then Tony's like, oh, and now you have to come back in 2 weeks because you got another coupon. And it's like, no, like, that's such a disaster because I go back and I spend it. It's like, it's frustrating. But what do you do? You go
I'm
back.
going to have to, would you mind, I would like to see that postcard that you.
I think I posted it once on the page, but I'll take another picture of it.
If you wouldn't mind, that would be greatly appreciated. Because I really like that, because even me, like, because I always think about, like, would I be intrigued about it? Would I want to do it? Like, it's the curiosity that gets you.
Right. And honestly, like, it's taken me a long time to get people to go to my page. But this last fall, when I did those 2 events, I had people that were at my checkout stand, and they literally talked nonstop about it. Like, they shared it with every single person that purchased, and they explained it. And I had, I don't know, like 50, 60 people like my page from 2 events. So that to me was huge. And those are the people that are interacting now with me. Like, they're the ones that are liking my posts. They're the ones that are commenting, not the people that have been on my page forever, but it's these new people. So it's brand new customers for me. So
that's sweet.
Yeah.
That's really
And
sweet.
honestly, I've never given out a 6-pack of wax.
You haven't?
No.
Man, I've given more of my inventory away than I know what to do with.
No, from this. No one's ever claimed. No one's ever claimed a 6-pack.
Really?
Yeah, because there's so many people that don't do it. Not that I'm like,
well, bit loss.
Right? Like, I'm putting it out there.
Right.
But I mean, the odds are very good. I mean, the odds are better if you purchase more.
Right.
If you don't purchase, then
you don't have a chance.
You don't really, and if you don't go like my page, because you have to follow me on my page, my business page.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's an excellent idea. That's,
I mean, the only cost of me doing that is the printing and the
right. And that's a tax write-off anyway. So
right. And if I give them a 6-pack, then hallelujah, like great.
Now, can you write that off as a tax write-off? The 6-pack, giving it away? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay,
I just wanted it for like business supplies or whatever. But yeah, anything that you use.
Because I just let Shaden's teacher use the Scentsy Go in her classroom, and I was gonna write off the Scentsy pods. She picked Christmas Cottage because they can't have warmers in their classroom. In which, I'm not gonna be like, well, why not?
Right.
So I'm like, great, Scentsy pot, and she really loves it. She had it going when I walked in this morning.
Cool.
So, like, sweet. So if I can get some other people in that school to going with.
It takes one. It just takes one to have it kind of go. Cool. Well, Miss Kelly Cano was going to hop on, but her son had a hockey accident, and so she was still traveling to get home. It was an accident from yesterday, but they were still trying to get home. So she was going to try to hop on, and obviously she hasn't hopped on yet. So she said that it was sketchy, her internet service. So, but I think great discussion. Love it. Like, that's exactly what we want to be doing with these calls, is like helping each other out and trying to get new things in new people's hands. So that's absolutely awesome, because I don't really have a whole lot more, because Miss Kelly was going to talk, and then about an hour ago she messaged me saying, I'm not going to be home. So obviously it's Thanksgiving week, and we have so much to be thankful for. And I wanted to just chat a little bit about gratitude and how we can show gratitude within our customers and within our business and our teams. I think it's such a season of giving and that sort of thing. So I'll touch a tiny little bit on that. But first, what we were going to talk about was sponsoring. And I think I've seen it within our group that sponsoring has like put on the brakes. Like no one is like sponsoring. And it's getting me a little nervous, to be honest. Okay. So we cannot stop thinking about sponsoring in this busy, busy, busy time. This should be the biggest month of sponsoring because we are out. I mean, we're busy with Scentsy, with, working with our customers, with, I am literally getting event invites almost daily. I think I'm full now. I think I'm literally cannot take any more. So people are like talking about it. Yeah.
How are you getting these events? Like, are you looking for them, or you said people are coming to you?
Yes.
People
are coming to me because I think that I've just been putting out some good prayers. To be honest, and just like people know that I'm a Scentsy person, and they know that like I'm trustworthy, and that I'll show up, and that I'll be there, and that I always bring a bunch of just stuff. So I think I've just got a name for it. My new one that I just got tonight, it's for a dance studio, and they're doing like an open house. And they came with me for $100, and I said, "Oh no!" And they want you to the table for $100 and to donate 2 raffle prizes. I said, "There is no way." I said, how many people are coming? Like, if you have over 1,000 people, then definitely no problem. And they're like, "Oh, it's our first year." I'm like, nope. So then I said, well, I do a lot of events. I said, I have a event page, like I'm organized a Facebook group page in Minnesota, and I've got like 11,000 people on this page. And I said, I know a lot about events. And I said, this is very, very high, and that's asking a lot. And she's like, well, name your price. I said, $50. And she's like, done. And the message that I got after saying, oh, thank you for accepting to be in an event or at our event. And it says, maybe if you could, do a basket or 2. So I was like, were they just trying to see how much money they could get out of me?
Well, I know some people will charge a lot extra just to profit from it. I'll put together the organization.
And this is a fundraiser for the dance studio, but I'm like, but I'd be more willing to give you like $50 and then like proceeds like of what I sell. Like, I'm not just saying like I'm a small business. Like, come on. Like, right. Like my kid gets to go to dance because of Scentsy. Like, so sorry.
That money is back and
are going to do it a lower amount. I mean, it didn't even seem like it mattered. So I'm glad I said something and didn't just say, okay, yeah, And that
would have been my problem. Okay.
Well, right. I'm surprised I don't know.
Passive, it's not even funny.
Yeah. So anyways, events, like we're all talking about it. We should all be talking about the opportunity. It's so easy just to get wrapped up around the sales and the PRV. But we need to talk about the sponsoring, because the sponsoring will always provide for you long term. Sales are money for today, host parties are money for tomorrow, and sponsoring are money for long term. So we have to think of it like that. And because we're in the busy season, then people should be wanting to join because they're going to be busy as well. They can make that $100 back right away. So if we're talking about stuff like that we're walking through the process of, if you join now, you still have time to make a December paycheck. one more paycheck before Christmas. If you do your $1,000, this is what you'll get back. You'll get the trip points. You'll get, XYZ. You can walk them through it. Incentivize it. Like if you want them to do the $1,000 in the first month, give them a basket party testers or something that, gets them excited, something that they don't get in their kit. Like, okay, I'm going to give you this if you do in your first 30 days, get certified or whatever it is. Because that can be a huge game changer. So don't stop thinking about sponsoring, because I think that we're so in the mix of doing everything else and this and that we forget that is an opportunity and people are out there. And I think I've had a few of my customers reach out to me saying, like, do you have any like discontinued stuff, old stuff that I can buy cheap because money is really tight, and I've offered the opportunity to this lady like 3 or 4 times, and I just want to shake her, like, I can help your family, like, just sign up. But if she's not willing to do it, then it's just not going to work. But people are tight for money too. So, hear those cues if someone is looking for that, or, I even offered to host a party for her, and, but I think I'll end up doing something for her kids. She's got 5 kids, like 21 to 4-year-old. So she's got a big stretch of kids. So, I can help a little bit, but listen for those cues. People are tight for money. Don't live off, don't put Christmas on your credit cards. Like, say those kind of things. Help people, because that's what they're needed. Questions about sponsoring in this busy season? I didn't say a whole lot, but just kind of.
You're right about, because I'll be honest, I haven't even thought about sponsoring this month. Like, it's crossed my mind, but hasn't been my priority by any means.
Sure.
I don't know. I need to get back in the game.
Yeah, it's just, it's one of those things. It's like, it just either can slip your mind, or like, I don't know.
Well, that too, but I think, with the holiday season, everyone's like, oh, family, and,
yes.
I got to here and I got to travel here, and that's one good thing about with Scentsy is, you can just throw it on the, I shouldn't say throw it on the back burner, but again, it fits around your schedule.
Right. So, and the other thing is too, is when you're with your family, like, reach out to them, ask them. 2 weekends ago, not this last weekend, but the weekend before, I was lady that was uppercase and now she's initials. She's been a consultant since I've been a consultant. We've done events with each other forever. And she's really great. Like, I learn a lot from her, because we like role play, or like, she's always got a tip for me, or I've got like, we always like bounce ideas off of each other. And she is like, having a hard time getting her business to go. She's been in initials for quite some time, and it's just like she's not getting it. And so we were talking about that. I'm like, well, what are you saying? What aren't you saying? Like, are you offering the opportunity? And she's like, no, I'm not offering it. She goes, I'm not. And I'm like, okay, well, here you go. And so we were kind of like working on the, hey, I'm, Anne with Scentsy, and I'm looking for some really great people to add to my team. Do you know of anyone? And she's like, okay. And so I walked away, a person came up to her table and she said that exact same line. Like, it was just like, like textbook. It was like, all right. And granted, the lady was a 31 consultant, but hey, like, she's like, okay, I'm going to start doing this like everywhere. And I'm like, you have to. She's like, I'm going to have to do it in like Target. I'm like, yes, like, that's where you have to go. You can't like think about just your family and your friends. Yes, that's great when you first start out, but that's not going to make your business. Like, if you look at Jennifer's business, I guarantee her front line is not her family and friends. There might be a few, but, I look at my front line and I should go through and see how many people I knew before Scentsy. Like, there's not many, it's kind of cool. And a lot of my friends that were in it when I first started are no longer in it. They're gone. So it's random people that I don't know, which is cool. Which is very cool. Cool. All right. So the last little tidbits. If you guys do not follow Cinch Share on social media, so either on Facebook or Instagram, I'm just going to see if I can write that. How do you do the comments? Chat.
Can you click on chat? Yeah.
There we go. I'm going to spell it for you here because they have really great, it's a social media app that posts for you, but they have a really good, I just don't want to spell it wrong. Cinch Share. They have a really good Facebook business page, like a ton of great information. They had on there at one point, I tried to look for it today and I couldn't find it, 30 ways to like thank a customer in November. It was either them or it was another company, but it was really, really cool. So thinking about gratitude and that sort of thing, like how can you show gratitude to your customers, to your frontline, to your team, to your group? I did one fun thing last week is I had a customer of mine that we really had a hard time connecting. So he finally said, hey, come to the office and let's let me get my order. Okay. So he's a widow and he is buying gifts for a bunch of people. And so he needed some help. And the office that he is at is where I used to work, and some of my friends still work there. And my very, very first online customer still works there, and her name is Kim. So I just didn't tell her I was coming. I'm like, I just hope she's working that day. And I put a little bath bomb in a bag, and I just put some tissue paper in it. And I got there, and I'm like, oh, and I'd also like to see Kim, Kim. And so they call her down, and she was super surprised, like, what are you doing here? Like I haven't seen her in years. And so I just said, like, you were my very first online customer, and you can go back and you can see all your customers. So I would suggest to like go back and see like some of your, like, check out your biggest hostess or your host that does the most. Like my host that like honestly has done the most parties for me just signed up last month. So like I wish I could be like, oh, here, like here's a big old tote of things. But so it's just kind of neat that like if you go back and you look, like she was so surprised, so surprised. I mean, an $8 bath bomb, no big deal. I can write it off as product display or business expense. So I would just go and challenge you, like, to see who is in your customer base, and maybe not always who buys the most, but maybe who's the most consecutive, or you feel like always that someone always like refers you. I mean, referrals are huge. Like anytime that you have someone that refers you, you should give them at least a bar of wax.
I send out a send circle to everyone that refers me, and they order. Yep.
Perfect. That's a great idea too. Yep. Yes. And then for like your team, I think, depending on how big your team is and how close you are, or, are you close proximity? Are you, just even a hand thank you note. Christmas is coming. I like to do just a Christmas card from our family. I've gotten, I don't do as much as I used to do, just because of the season of my life right now is just kind of chaotic with two tiny little people that are constantly pooping everywhere. I feel like that's all Harris does right now. So It's something that I know I could be completely better at. But even, posting the top 10s on your group page, connecting with people that you maybe don't connect with, or just you're doing amazing posts or something like that. So that's always good. Do you guys have any ideas of what you guys do or how you guys do it?
Good. Okay,
well, I'm not the only one that
and I'm gonna ask you a question because I don't even know how to do this. You're talking about you can see how your top customer, or like I should say, the most PRV. You were saying your top hostess and all. Is there a way on the workstation where
you would have to go and search? Think of some of your people that are probably your best hostesses. You can go search them by their name, and then in the right hand bottom corner, it'll tell you all of their parties.
Right. Yep.
If you use that, and then I would just add up those parties. Yep. So it's a little tedious. It's not anything, like
I just didn't know if it was.
Sally Jean has, XYZ versus Anne Marie has 2,000 versus 4,000. It's not that easy, but I did that for my last person that joined, and I just said okay, so these 15 parties that you hosted with me, this is how much money I made off of you, and it was like $2,000. It wasn't tiny money, and it wasn't ginormous money, but oh my gosh, I'd like $2,000 in my pocket, $2,000 is $2,000. So, but yeah,
that's a good idea.
But that's the other feature, using your workstation to its fullest is using those customers. Don't, oh my gosh, the people that just enter it in underneath themselves are losing so much data. If you use your customers as actual customers in your workstation, because it's huge. And I didn't realize that until, you start pulling some of those reports or wanting to know some of that detail. Back in the day, we would just enter it underneath one person because it was just faster. But
what Scott asked me the other day when that whole sale was going on? He's like, can't you just call in and order? I'm like, no, Scott, won't do that. So you can't just call in and order? I'm like, gosh, you're old, Scott.
Oh, Scott.
Yeah. Like, yeah, that's my husband for you.
That's awesome. Yep, it's just, a pizza delivery.
Right, yeah. That's funny.
Oh my gosh, but I do remember they made us switch systems in 2009 in November. They switched systems.
November?
Yeah, how nice.
That's kind of a bad timing, isn't it?
I spent a large amount of my time, and thank goodness I was laid off at the time because I spent hours upon hours.
You said 09? So is that what they're talking about? Because I've seen people post the
it was awful.
Christmas of 09 or something like that.
It was awful.
Okay, that answers a lot of questions.
It was so gross. They double shipped. Some stuff didn't ship, and they were so gracious. They let us keep everything that double shipped. Wow. I honestly had $1,000 party get shipped twice to me. Wow. And they didn't ask for it back. They just said, well, what can we do? How gracious is that? And that was 2009. When they were not where they are today. It doesn't even that tinsel thing was that's minor compared to what we went through.
That's what I was reading. So I was like, what happened in 09?
Yeah.
I didn't join until 11.
It was the majority of the whole fall, winter season. It was awful. Because my data doesn't go back until, it only goes back to this new system, which is 09. So I can't look back to see where I was from February of 09 to November of 09.
What year did you join?
09.
Oh, you did join. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But it was February, so I lost, a big chunk of my time, but it is what it is. It's not, that crucial. I wasn't doing much anyways, so. But
that's funny. That sucks.
yeah.
Bless you.
I mean, but they were just so good about just let's look it up. And I mean, but they didn't have a system that worked, so we couldn't look up anything. We didn't know when stuff was getting shipped. If there was like errors, so we didn't know if stuff really got ordered. So you'd have to sit online to see what did get ordered. And then if something like if the system crashed while you were entering an order, you'd have to call to make sure that it got ordered. And if it didn't, then you'd have to go back and you'd have to enter it. It was a mess. So
sounds fun.
Yeah. So this tinsel thing was nothing. Like peanuts. Did you guys get any? Did anyone get any?
I got one in.
You got one?
I got one. And how many did you get, Ken?
None.
0.
I know.
I had pre-sold 4.
Okay.
There's another gal on our team. She's like, yeah, I did it. I got them. I'm like, what? I'm like, I knew it was going to go, like, right when I logged on and I knew it was going slow. I'm like, well, I'm not even going to stress about it. So I just sat there and I waited patiently, and that's when Scott's like, well, you need to call in. I'm like, no. I'm like, well, it is. And then I offered, like when I knew it was sold out, I offered my customers, hey, let's pick out another bundle that was the same price.
Sure.
Like that kind of thing. So, and a few of them jumped on it.
Cool.
But all the other ones are like, well, maybe I'll just wait and, see what comes in time for Christmas or whatever. So,
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah. Jennifer got some of her pre-orders. So, but I mean, she got it all entered, and then the system crashed, and she was like in the payment area. Well, then it had saved that. So then when it reopened back up, she was able just to hit order. She didn't have to go in through anything. So, I mean, that was sweet. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, and then when I actually did, I was able to get on my PWS and try to order for someone out of state.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet, it's going through good. Da, 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 da. And then it said sold out. I'm like, oh my goodness, that wasn't at all.
I just wish they would like videotape the staff like trying to get the workstation back up. Like, could you imagine? I could just see them like just drenched with sweat and like hurrying, like typing as fast as they could, and like
I'd probably
go to the server, go do this, go do that. Like, I couldn't imagine what the stress level would have been like in like, oh my gosh.
I would fly through my computer and just walked away.
Couldn't imagine.
No.
Cool.
That's the reason why I'm here.
Huh?
I said that's the reason why I'm here and not there.
Right.
An IT person. Never.
Yeah. Some of the Superstar directors sent them pizzas today. And then tomorrow is donut day. So
didn't they send them like edible flower arrangement too?
They might have.
Yep.
And it could have been Director Y too. I just saw it on the Superstar page, but okay, Danny, what are you making? Are you making a cake? It's not my birthday.
So I was actually going to ask you guys because I'm kind of freaking out about tomorrow. I'm supposed to meet with a group of holy smokes. So this group I got invited to set a table up at. They meet every week, and it's like realtors and title contractors and stuff like that. And they meet every Tuesday. So tomorrow's my first day, and they're having a potluck.
Oh.
So I decided that I'm going to bake some cupcakes to bring. but I don't know what else I should bring because she's like, oh yeah, we meet every week. And I'm like, well, do I need to be there every week, or are you guys just looking for something to set up there every week? And she's like, oh, you can just pop in and see. And I'm like, well, that really doesn't answer my question. I don't know what you want me to bring, what you want me not to bring, what's going on. And
I would bring catalogs or like the showcase brochures.
I was going to bring some showcase brochures, and then if anybody was pretty serious about like looking into the bundles or ordering, giving them a book.
Yep. There's a realtor flyer going around. I would go Google that. Because there's like certain bundles that they can do. Like you can add it.
I have those, and I have the breakdowns.
Perfect.
And I have the one for the Scentsy Go too.
Awesome. And samples. I would bring a boatload of samples.
And a warmer. I think I'm gonna bring I think it's the Tilia warmer that I got.
Yep.
So it's not an overly huge one. It doesn't take up so much space.
Right. Well, I used to do like and maybe you don't do this the first time, but then maybe like if you go, next week or the week after, a little case.
Danny, I'm sorry, I missed the first part of that. What's going down?
We're gonna lose you here. It's gonna come out. Like this, I put a warmer, a bar wax, a room spray in it, and then this is like their